How do top chess players convert space advantage into a decisive initiative? Have you ever wondered how top chess players turn extra space on the board into a winning strategy? Let's break it down step by step. First, having a space advantage means controlling more squares on the board. This often comes from advanced pawns and well-placed pieces. With this control, players can limit their opponent's movement and options, squeezing their position. Next, top players focus on improving the activity of their pieces. With more space, they reposition their pieces to stronger squares. Knights might find great spots, bishops can dominate long diagonals, and rooks can take control of open files. The goal is to maximize the potential of their pieces while making it harder for the opponent to counter. Creating multiple threats is another key aspect. Players use their spatial control to generate threats that force their opponent to respond. These threats can be direct attacks on pieces or threats to important squares. They might even set up pawn breaks that can open lines. By constantly posing these problems, the player with the space advantage gains the initiative and controls the game. When the opponent's pieces become passive or cramped, top players take advantage of this. They launch attacks on weak points or maneuver to further restrict the opponent's options. This pressure can lead to mistakes or weaknesses in the opponent's position. A critical part of converting space into a decisive advantage is executing well-timed pawn breaks. These breaks can open lines for the player's pieces and increase their activity. They also have the potential to undermine the opponent's pawn structure. Players use their spatial control to prepare and support these breaks effectively. Maintaining the initiative is essential. This means keeping control of the game's momentum so the opponent is always reacting. Players with a space advantage keep up the pressure by continuously posing new problems. They avoid making passive moves that allow the opponent to escape. Eventually, this advantage leads to tangible gains. This could mean winning material, creating passed pawns, or launching a decisive attack on the opponent's king. The space advantage acts as a strategic foundation for these tactical opportunities. In practice, a player with a space advantage carefully coordinates their pieces, creates threats that limit responses, and prepares pawn advances that open the position favorably. Games like Smyslov vs. Gudmundson and Ivanchuk vs. Beliavsky showcase how players used their space advantage to restrict their opponent's activity and launch a winning offensive. Converting a space advantage into a decisive initiative involves leveraging board control, improving piece placement, generating continuous threats, and maintaining pressure until the opponent's position collapses.